Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky. I am a living Christ. This will be probably my last video. I'm falling apart, old age, high blood pressure, the rest of it. Legs are going out, and I think that I will be leaving you soon. But if I pass, I want you to know it is not from COVID-19 or whatever else they may put on the certification. It's a hoax. Today I want to speak to you about Christ Consciousness 101 that even Satanists can understand. I'm speaking to you, each of you. But who are you? Can you answer that question? Do you even understand who you are? Do you believe who you are? Do you think who you are? Or are you beyond the limitations of these questions? I'm going to cut to the chase and tell you who you are, which will destroy the illusions created by the satanic-ruled intellect, which cause such questions to arise. Each of you, in truth, are the state of non-dualistic spirit of what is. It is beyond words, beyond thought, beyond comprehension of the intellect. You are the infinite consciousness, beyond the realm of the civilized mind. You are the creator of your life. You are God. You are the ineffable. It is this spirit that is speaking to you. Not my ego, not my mind. I'm using that and translating it to a body that has suffered a stroke, but it does not diminish the intelligence from which this information arises, the spirit of truth within each and every one of you. You see, you are non-dualistic spirit, that timeless, nameless, undefined energy from which all thought-based, fragmented ideas, illusions, and superstitions arise. They are all intellectually based, and therefore created fictions of yours, imaginations, hopes, desires, etc. They have become your conditioned, civilized life. You see, you, upon birth in this material realm of consciousness, become immediately defrauded, reduced to the fictional status of that of being less than a human ruled entity. You are decreed to being an artificial person, having been given a name, an identification, merely by the fictional authority of a thought-based, fictional government based in Satanism. What you have been told of Satanism is merely an illusory thought. Satanism is beyond that. It is the intellect. And you are primed to live in a thought-based fictional reality that you call the civilized world. That's hell. You become reduced to a dualistic, split consciousness, subject to the rule of satanic law, man's law. Merely words, but they do have jurisdiction over believing fictional persons. Such latter consent to be, even before you have the capacity to grasp this. This happens when your mother, shortly after birth, unknowingly registers your name with the satanic political government, because she too has remained ignorant of who she truly is. Unless that is rebutted, that sometime in your life, when you reach your majority as a responsible adult, you remain under the satanic 14th Amendment jurisdiction of Satanists, who enslave you for the rest of your fictional, intellectually based, limited life. That person is called a straw man. For the name is merely an affectation which has been assigned to an otherwise nameless energy existing beyond the finite walls of civilized belief. You remain a spiritual child under the authority of a fictional, thought-based government and or religion for the rest of your lives, unless you stand up, rebut your slave status, and challenge the satanic government to prove its jurisdiction over you. I, this living Christ, has done this, and I outline the steps below that I have taken to vanquish my satanic 14th Amendment status and return to the state of spiritual and political sovereignty. I adhere to God's law. Do no harm, tell no lies. I live with truth. I am truth, the state of non-dualism. fictional, dualistic state of satanic intellectual dualism, i.e., man's law, has no power, no jurisdiction over me. This status of individual sovereignty has been proven and established in the courts of Oregon when they set out and convicted the straw man, the defendant, who's not me, in 2 trials. Yet they released this living man when he challenged their jurisdiction. You see, man's law itself is a fiction, a product of the intellect, of the mind. It does not have any power or jurisdiction over the living man who thought them up. That's the fact. That's the truth. That's the law. And man's law, satanic law, bends to it. That's why they released me. The result, as I say, they have released me with no charges over my head, despite the 2 convictions of the fictional defendant. Although the bureaucracy of government of Josephine County, Oregon, refuses to erase the false charges against me in their written record. That's the proof of fraud of government in action. And it is wielded upon men who have been confused and doubt themselves all their lives by mind control, peddled by the media. These are your satanic mind controllers. This is where you get your images of the world, which are fictional. This is how you are ruled. Now, the fact that they released me has exposed them at the county, state, and federal levels of the fictional governments through its many satanic utterances. Leave them culpable. And it exposes them at the county, state, and federal levels of the government, as I say, to UCC liens and damages to more than $160 million owing to this living Christ by the crimes that they refused to acknowledge. At this point, having gone to 2 presidential administrations, including that of President Donald J. Trump, who has refused to authorize an investigation into the 20-year crime spree and cover-up by the Josephine County, Oregon government because of the impact that it would have upon satanic government control throughout the country over satanically ruled persons nationwide. keep in mind, I am only one man. As you can see, is deteriorating from old age. Yet, I remain free and sovereign beyond the reach of satanic man's law and its government. What would happen if the rest of the population of America, able-bodied men in their youth, in their prime, took the same steps that I have taken? For those of you who wish to change your status as 14th Amendment slave citizens and bringing you to your sovereign living men and women status, here are the steps that I have taken. And you may as well. You must do it yourself and not remain dependent upon fictional satanic lawyers, officers of the court, of the satanic judicial system to do it for you. For such consensual contract, legal contract, once again reduces you to a dependent, living dead, artificial person, a citizen. Read the page, The Sovereign Man's Solution to Defeating the Tyranny of the New World Order. A piece that I wrote when I was complete, whole, healthy. You'll find it at arkenterprises.com//DIALCH 241 dot HTML # defeating, all in capital letters. You all are facing a coming fictional world economic collapse, experiencing now a present phony COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic and its political lockdown. It's all a farce. The coronavirus is not much more potent than the common cold, or perhaps the flu. Yet, it is used by world leaders to construct a new world order through political lockdowns, the wearing of masks, and future behavior modifications, and social distancing, and the like, which will change forever if something is not done. The fabric of our fictional world forever. Wake the hell up and act.